Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful.
The basis of the Christian faith is centered in a belief in Jesus Christ as the only source of a relationship with God. There is a sense in which the declaration of belief has a certain, almost inexplicable power in it. It requires a certain measure of faith, and such a faith is not a mere abstract event, but rather a realistic declaration of belief from the lips and the heart in the redeeming death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. A genuine declaration from a heart of belief will result in salvation.
If you declare with your mouth, Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved.
When Paul writes to the Romans, he wants to assure them of a rock-solid experience in their faith. What he doesn't want in the fledgling church are people who are uncertain and tentative about their experience of salvation. Consequently, he gives them a template from which they can affirm their salvation, to declare with your mouth and believe in your heart. There is a dual necessity here, to declare in positive speech and to establish a firm faith within our mindset. Belief operates on two levels: an emotional response and a cognitive response. When it comes to our faith, both these factors have to be operative if our faith is to have a firm foundation. We must have an emotive response to God, and we must establish within our thinking a positive and secure mindset. Now, I would be the first to admit that such a response may well be a challenge, and that faith is not always a firm and fixed experience.
"What are you arguing with them about?" he asked. A man in the crowd answered, "Teacher, I brought you my son, who is possessed by a spirit that has robbed him of speech. Whenever it seizes him, it throws him to the ground. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid. I asked your disciples to drive out the spirit, but they could not." "You unbelieving generation," Jesus replied, "how long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy to me." So they brought him. When the spirit saw Jesus, it immediately threw the boy into a convulsion. He fell to the ground and rolled around, foaming at the mouth. Jesus asked the boy's father, "How long has he been like this?" "From childhood," he answered. "It has often thrown him into fire or water to kill him. But if you can do anything, take pity on us and help us." "If you can," said Jesus, "everything is possible for one who believes." Immediately the boy's father exclaimed, "I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief."
Take the finite risk of trusting as a child. I believe, help thou my unbelief. I walk into unknown, trusting all the while. I believe. Help thou my unbelief. I walk into the unknown, trusting all the while. I long so much to feel the warmth that others seem to know. But should I never feel a thing, I claim him even so. All the while I walk into the unknown, trusting.
It is a mistake to expect that somehow, when we commit our lives to God, we will be enveloped with mountains of faith and all doubts will be removed. Jesus himself understood that faith and belief would have minute beginnings. In Luke 17:6, he concedes that our faith and belief could be likened to the minute mustard seed. However, we cannot be just satisfied with the mustard seed of faith and belief. It will simply deteriorate if we do not endeavour to develop it. There is a sense in which faith and belief need constantly to be renewed and reinforced, simply because the non-believing world in which we live will bombard us with philosophies that will undermine our spiritual life. Many of these philosophies will, on the surface, sound quite reasonable and acceptable, and their subliminal impact often goes unseen, and in unguarded moments we may well give unconscious assent to them. The reality is that our faith must lead us to an unshakable trust in God, otherwise it is questionable. When the Bible uses the word trust, it implies a daring confident security or actions based on that sense of security. We should not confuse trust and faith. While they are closely related, they are not the same, but rather trust is an outcome of our faith. We trust because we believe. When we implicitly believe the promises of God and His Word, we act in accordance to that belief, even at times when circumstances seem contrary. Hebrews 11 speaks of a faith that accepts and believes the truth about God and the redemptive work of His Son, Jesus Christ. Consequently, the practical outcome of that faith is trust, which works itself out by exercising that faith. If we are to develop and cement our faith, then it must have a basis from which we can work, and I believe that basis is found in Paul's advice to the Romans. If you declare with your mouth and believe in your heart. It commences with a simple statement of faith. I believe.
I believe. I believe. What a powerful statement. For thousands of years, men have staked their very lives on this belief that Jesus Christ is real. Why? Because it is this belief that gave their life meaning. Today it's the same. Jesus Christ in a life does make a difference. He's the source of a meaningful, purposeful life. Where there's dissonance, he makes music. Yeah, he's the source of music.
You ask me why my heart keeps singing, why I can sing when things go wrong. But since I found the source of music, I just can't help it. God gave the song. But since I found the source of music, I just can't help it. God gave the song. Come walk with me through fields and forests. We'll climb the hills and still hear that song, for even hills resound with music. They just can't help it. God gave the song.
Yes, God gave the song. It's always been with us. The song came into our world through a manger in Bethlehem. It was a simple song, a simple, lovely song for every man. Right from the first, some tried to ignore it. They said there's no song, it simply doesn't exist. Others just tried to change the tune. They made laws to stop it. Armies marched against it. They killed some who sang the song, screamed at it in fury, tried to drown it out. Finally, they nailed that song to a tree. They said to themselves, there, that should take care of that. But it didn't.
What's that I hear? I still hear that music day after day.